Good evening. My name is Corina B Manuel, and I'm the editor in chief for Pune Times Mirror and Civic Mirror. This evening, with me is my friend, partner in crime, and the CEO of Pune Times Mirror and Civic Mirror, Mr. Akash Rajpurohit.
Thank you.
Akash, it's really lovely to have you back with us over here. I know we've been jamming all day today, but I love you to tell me, why are we really here? Why did you rope me? Why did you pull me out from a meeting and get me to come to this table?
Actually, we had an exciting day today. We had a lot of participation, and I'll start with what actually we are here for. We started our own channel called Mirror on Mirror.
That's right.
Okay, and this was as per my announcement, which we did on 27th of the last month
Yes.
on our anniversary, and I would like to reiterate why are we doing this. You know, there is no introduction required for what Pune Times Mirror is. But there are a lot of things that Pune Times Mirror is doing and has been doing and is known for. Pune Times Mirror is always known for, picking up stories, uh, which creates national ripples. Even being a tabloid, this is a strength that a hyperlocal newspaper can have. Now, this is something that we have not discovered today. You know, it has been from ages. But what happens is, we cook the story, we take it to a level, we confirm the story, we do everything, we go against the establishment. But post that, what happens? You know, post that, national channels pick up the stories, okay, and they give a shout out to the nation saying that, sorry to saying that, but the nation wants to know. But they are very complacent about picking up stories which are already been, the hard work has been done by a tabloid, done everything. Nothing against them, because they have a national reach and this is their job to do. But somewhere down the line, I feel that whatever stories that we pick up should also have a national, reach. There are various ways of doing that, but the best way is to go digital.
Okay.
And hence, you know, we have decided to be a digital first company now. So when we say that we want to be a digital first company, what all things that you should have? You should have a proper distribution channel, to be established. What can be better than the social thing that can be done? So we do definitely have our own YouTube channels. We have our Insta, things on which we are working. But still, we believe that there are a lot of topics which can't be covered in the tabloid, and we don't want them to be the front page news. So with this effort, we thought that let's start with a podcast channel, because there are a lot of podcast channels out there,
Correct.
and everybody has their own reason of existence. But when we jammed, as we believe that we do a lot of jamming, when we jammed, we got to know that there are a lot of topics on which there is no news yet. Okay. And we can't wait for that time to be news. So we started with Mirror on Mirror as a channel on which we would like to talk about the undercurrent topics which are yet not been discussed in the ecosystem. And if we ignore them today, they are going to be the front page news.
Okay.
So this might go against our business, because our business is to, we should be hungry for news, right? But there is also other way of looking at it.
Which is?
What if we discuss it out, rather than putting it under the carpet for now because it's not the news, let it be the news. Then we will publish it.
Okay.
Rather than that, we choose as a publisher to discuss about it much earlier, with the people who actually have worked on that particular field. Some activist or some specialist who is not an influencer, but he has given his life for it. And he can throw a light on it. Who knows that we can stop so many incidences to become the news if we can make this podcast reach to those people who are going through some kind of problems or issues. You know, how come a news is established? News is established when you ignore certain topics. You don't look up to it. You don't discuss about it. You just put that under the carpet. Just for the convenience because यार अभी तो ये है नहीं ना. जब होगा तो देखा जाएगा. अबे देखा जाएगा जो attitude है, it won't work, in the longer run. Because we don't want Nirbhaya. We don't want any of the incidents that are happening. The latest dowry that happened, it will keep happening because how the news publications are working right, these days are they just want front page news. They just want, it's not that we can't do it. We don't want to do it. It's a job. We will do it. But what are we doing to avoid it? This is the first step towards it, wherein we want to, talk about these undercurrent topics. And there are a lot of them. And we want to hit the nail right now rather than, being late and keep functioning in a way that let it be the news and we'll keep doing business about it. We are not into that game. So we will work on front page, because that will keep coming up. We will go behind establishments who are not doing their jobs. If anybody wants any kind of attention, we will definitely, give that attention to that particular topic. But what if we can solve it much earlier? So that's the existence of mirrored on mirror, and if we can detect it earlier, even in science or in medical science, what do they say?
Better, yeah, correct. Yeah.
Rather than treatment, try and work much before that
Yeah.
it, क्या बोलते हैं उसको कि इलाज से बेहतर है कि
Prevention better than cure.
yeah. So prevention is something that we are opting for.
Correct.
Can we talk about things that can prevent major things to happen? This is our just, I don't know we will be achieving this or not, but this is a first step towards it. And if we are digital first, this is at least the least thing that we can do.
Correct.
So, and we had an amazing day today.
We did.
We had amazing, because I only heard that Pune is a city full of talent. But today I think it got established. I saw it myself.
You got to see it in full, yeah.
Yeah, and we just posted on a few social handles and we had loads of people coming in. And there are so much of people who want to participate in these kind of activities. They want to prove themselves. And most of them were so young, because I felt like, in their age, what I was doing here.
I know.
I was just hanging around outside the college doing nothing. And now I'm seeing so many young people coming and, opting for these kind of career options, which were not there earlier.
Correct.
So I'm very happy for them.
It's a brave new world.
Yeah, it's a completely new world. And we are just doing what we said on that platform that, we would like to give it back to the society from which we are taking. We took so much of Pune. We want to give it back to Pune. So hence we called for these auditions from Pune. And I'm so happy that Pune is full of so much of talent here.
Tell me about it. In fact, today we had this little boy, 12th standard little boy, who came he came for the audition, and he wanted to be a criminal lawyer. And I was so tickled pink by it. And he sat down. He was so brave and so bold, and he knew his mind, which was amazing. So I had to find. Then he asked me, "Do I have a chance?" I said, "Son, we only taken graduates." And he's like, "I'll come back after graduation." So that's the kind of thing, Just
so at least they know what they want to do.
They do. They do.
That's quite cool.
They do. Akash, you and I have been talking about many aspects of news making and news generation. And we've been also looking at different ways to make things interesting. I loved one thing you told me right at the very beginning when we first started jabbing. You told me that I don't want to compete against another newspaper or television or even or the 45-second pause. I'm competing against a push notification. Tell me a little about that.
See, media has gone through a complete change now, right? If we go 80s, maybe 100 years back, The newspaper was being formed to inform
Yeah.
people, about the movements, about what are things that are happening in the part of the world, which was being done in a quite secret way, a secret society, you can say. So that was an existence of a newspaper which was being, if the British comes to know, they will come and they will destroy your things. And,
Yeah.
and that point of time, it was not even a spreadsheet or tabloid, it was just a pamphlet that used to
Correct.
circulate. And they used to discuss about that. Have you read about this article was been written by some freedom fighter? And that
Yeah.
used to go secretly to each and every person.
Yeah.
So we started from there, and British or they were the ones who were writing stories about us, and how Mahatma Gandhi is running this entire thing of non-violence, because we were not talking about it and the entire world was talking about it, and that was through newspaper. We had Newspaper had its own life. It will still have its life. It will still have its importance. But what happens is in so many decades, the content consumption pattern has gone so, you know, in different direction altogether. Like, 90s was the digital era, computers came in, 2000 mobiles came in, 2011, 12, WhatsApp came in.
Right.
Each and every decade has launched so many new things, and now we are in the age of AI,
Yeah.
you know. So, if we don't change the way we publish, we will never be able to reach out to the right audience. And if we have to reach out to them, because we have to suit their comfort. And what is the most comfortable way of consuming content in these days? It's a small screen.
I'm going to play the devil's advocate over here. I'm going to ask you, what is the right audience? Or rather, who is the right audience? Are you talking with the
The
younger
right
gen-
audience is somebody who is interested to know something. There are a lot of youth who are very much busy in creating something of their own.
Right.
In today's world, there are so many people having mobiles in their hand,
Yeah.
and they're creating something of their own without thinking that what is going out in the world. If you want to do a vox pop, just do a simple vox pop outside in the street, and you talk about them that what is this Waqf board all about?
Yeah.
Just take 10 people who are, no, I'm sure not more than 3 or 4 people would like to,
Correct.
will be able to give you the exact what is happening on Waqf board. What is the big thing which is happening? There are so many people shouting out there. There is so much of trends creating in social media. People are fighting for it. Good, bad, ugly is sub judice. What is happening? So people don't even have an opinion these days. So who is the right audience? Your answer to that is somebody who is interested to know what is happening in this country.
Okay.
Only those are the people who would like to read, who would like to consume this content.
Right.
So that's how, even for an example, we just took a jamming in my previous assignment. We did a jamming and we got to know that news is becoming redundant in certain ages. So that's how we came up with that. Let's come up with news and information. So information is playing a very big role. If there is a mobile being launched, it's not news, it's information. So the youths are more interested in the latest version of the mobile and what are the features that are coming in that mobile, and that's what they're interested in.
Right.
You know, if you ask them about the op-eds, maybe what happened in Kashmir, what is your opinion about it? It will be very difficult, to find out that what is their. They will only tell you that हमने ये कर दिया, हमने वो कर दिया. Whatever reels that they are seeing, they form their opinions from the reels, not from the newspaper.
Correct.
Nobody reads anything. Nobody is interested in the point of views because they have their own. They are free to have their own opinions because they have an access to mobile, they have an access to data. Whatever that they want to post, they can post. It's a free society. So it's very difficult to find out your right audience. But what at least we can do is serve them what they want. They want information. And hence, as a publisher, we started a new channel called Mad, which is basically, which talks about tech and auto.
Yeah.
Now, being a publisher, they are something that they are interested in, we will serve them, you know, to be in the business. If you keep publishing something and being a newspaper thinking that they will consume what you are producing, long gone. It's not going to happen. Same thing is happening with the entertainment industry. If you see the movies that are coming up with, there was a formula:
Yeah.
4 songs or maybe 6 songs,
Correct.
7 fights,
Yes.
happy ending,
Yeah.
5 emotional scenes,
Yeah.
1 death, super hit.
That's right.
Now it's not the case.
No, it's not.
They don't want to see it.
Yeah. In fact, our storytelling has changed entirely.
Yeah, it has been changed. So heroes, or maybe they definitely pull a lot of audiences in the theater business is dying. Yeah, just see, we were just jamming a couple of days back, and I think Amir Khan covered it quite well in the second last day of the waves. The business model is it has a big flaw in the business
Yeah.
model. It's not about us. It's about the entire content industry which is going through. Movies been announced. Okay. Music rights have already been sold.
Yeah.
Television rights have already been sold. OTT rights have already been sold. So the cost of the entire production is already in. Maybe they can make some more money out of it. Even if a single person is not watching the movie, still they are not in losses.
Yeah.
But everybody who has given the money in advance are making money. Music label is basically using that music to run on YouTube. Copyrights. If you play that music, they will get that money. So
Yeah.
they are making their money out.
Correct.
Television rights. They will have multiple premieres running on television. They will make their money out.
Yeah.
OTTs. They are taking money from you every month.
Yeah.
Everybody is making money. Who is not making money? The exhibitor. People are not going in theaters. So that's what Amir Khan said. If the business model flaw is, if you want to buy this cup, you buy this cup and give me the money. But
Correct.
currently what is happening is, you want to buy this cup, you say no, okay, in three weeks, I will come and drop this cup at your doorstep.
Yes. Correct.
So all the industries are going through this. It's not only about news and publication. So we have to be smart enough. We have to suit as per what the content consumption pattern the people are used to, and they are digital first. Still, I believe newspaper has a lot of strength,
The tradition. Yeah.
traditional strength when it comes to announcement. So
Yeah.
if you see even the ad spends, if you see, if any of the launches that are going to happen, they can't miss out on newspaper. It has a massive reach.
True.
No.
Very true. We were talking the other day. We've been talking a lot actually. So we've been talking about different topics, and one of the things that you've been most passionate about is to bring everybody on the team kicking and screaming, shouting and yelling into the 21st century of digital news. So how do you see this happening with your team?
See, it's just a shift that is required. If you empty your cup, which has been filled up from last 15, 20 years, the way you're doing, you're comfortable doing it. We just have to empty your cup and believe and see what is going to happen in next 10 years or 5 years. Cables are going to be out. I hardly, everybody, most of the TVs are smart TVs now. Connected TV penetrations are going to the next level now. So there are only 2 screens, a bigger screen and a smaller screen. They both are mobiles, basically.
Yeah.
Only in one screen you have two-way communication, in one screen you have one-way communication. But it's all about the screens now, and both are digital.
Yeah. It's ironical. Parents across the world are saying too much screen time, and we are going back to the screen.
You can't avoid there has to be a mix.
Yeah.
I had a very good conversation a couple of days back. So what we'll have to do, we can't. It's all about AI, not to be AI. That's
Yes.
what we were talking about. But we will have to have a very good combination of being very near to the nature as well, along with also being acquainted with the new AI world, which
Yeah.
increases our productivity.
Right.
So people are saying that job will be lost. This will happen. I don't think so. If you master it, it's a kind of a horse which has a wings. If you know how to ride it, you can fly. If you're adamant enough not to learn it, then it will
Yeah,
be difficult for you. But I don't
absolutely.
think humans are
Adaptable.
adaptable. We
Yeah.
have 10,000 years of not more
Yes.
than history of being
Yeah.
surviving.
For
So
me, start from
we have
forest. Yeah.
survived so many so many stuffs. I
Correct.
think we'll survive this as well. And maybe in next 5 6 years we'll come to know यार ये नहीं होता तो क्या होता.
Correct. You know, आपने AI के बारे में बात किया है, and today there's a lot of AI in our news making. That we use a lot of tools, AI tools. What do you say about that? Do you think that actually helps humanize, or does it distance you from news telling?
No, I still believe the human touch plays a different role. But I'll tell you this: the scariest part is very soon it will be difficult for you to figure out that it's AI or it's human,
Yeah.
because AI is picking up very fast.
Yeah, tell me about it. Languages are changing right now.
Yeah.
The other day I was watching something, and one of my nieces was using the AI tool, and I realized one thing, that the tool had actually picked up her language, or rather the way she speaks, her nuances, and the reports were like the AI of course helped with the report, but it looked like her language, but better grammar. So I thought it was amazing.
No, basically it's AI can't do many things that humans can do. If you want to do investigative journalism, AI
Yeah,
can't do it.
correct.
It can help you to write the piece faster, but whatever that you have figured out
Correct.
by putting your heart and sweat, it's very difficult for AI
Yeah.
to figure out.
And you cannot feel like you fail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
That the empathy factor is missing.
Empathy is missing, compassion is missing,
Yes.
and if you want to go behind somebody with a vision that no, this is something which is going to change the world, or maybe it will help the society, all these things are yet to be learned by AI. I'm not saying they will not come. Maybe even that can be picked up, but
Yeah,
as of now, it has not happened.
I know what you mean. Circling back to change, let's talk about the change that's happening at Pune Times Mirror right now. Tell me a little about it. How do you see the change? They say the only thing constant is change. So, talk to me about that.
We are just changing from a typical setup of being a simple tabloid, which we are and which we are proud of, but we are just going digital first, through which whatever content that we are producing, it can be accessed by the globe. So when we say, and Dr. Sharma always says that if New York Times is not New York's newspaper, basically
It belongs to the world, yeah.
it's for everybody.
Yes,
So that goes for everyone. But the only thing is, are you ready to do what New York Times is doing?
correct.
I'm proudly saying that yes, we are.
Yeah, that's true.
We are doing it,
Very true.
and we are not only have Pune Times Mirror, we also have Civic Mirror.
Correct.
And Civic Mirror is one of the strongest piece that we have, and
And the
there are a lot of
purest,
plans
yeah.
that you're going to hear from us, which is going to go places, which is going to talk about civic issues. Civics is just taken in a very wrong sense. Civics used to be a very small patla book that used to be in our thing, which used to read only to
Yes,
just pass होने के लिए हम पढ़ते थे, but we never absorbed that in our
correct.
day-to-day life. If you put civics in our life, you'll be surprised that half of the cops' job is already been done, because they
Yeah.
have been busy solving the civic issues,
Correct.
rather than giving us protection, rather than giving
Security, yeah.
us
Law and order, yeah.
law and order. They are solving the civic issues here, which
Yeah.
basically it's everybody's responsibility.
Yeah, that's true.
So the Civic Mirror basically talks about a lot of stories, and we talk about them, so that if any city has to be good enough to stay, good enough to study, good enough to live a good life, you need a very good civic sense in that city, and that's what this paper is talking about. Now it's couple of 3 4 years old, but still it has a strong impact,
Very.
and we are taking it digital, and we are going to create a lot of impact
Right.
by going on digital.
Right. Okay, again, I'm going to play devil's advocate over here.
Sure.
I'm going to ask you, is the city ready for so much news?
See, no city is ready for. So I'll not consider that as news. That's what I told you. Who is the audience? Audience is somebody who wants to know. you know. And what I want to do is I'm going into digital because I want to change the content consumption pattern of people who are just busy watching up reels which are not making or bringing any change in their lives. They are just killing time.
Correct.
बोर हो रहे हैं यार, क्या करें, रील स्वाइप करते हैं और क्या रील आ रही है, stupid jokes. I'm not against them. It's a business, it's an industry, they are making money, let them make it. But youth should also consume something which is informative, which can
Yeah.
bring change in their lives.
That's true. Especially since we live in the world of mojo,
Yeah.
mobile journalism.
Yeah.
You know, you have a mobile, you become a citizen journalist, which I think is also, I as a traditional journalist, I find this extremely irresponsible, because you do not, the times you do not, you walk that fine line. You know, how much do you say and how much do you keep? And you're in the name of news, everything is online. You know, so that's where I think Pune Mirror does a damn good job.
And also we
Yeah.
have, as a Pune Mirror or maybe any tabloid you pick up, it also has a plus point.
Yes.
Plus point is, if you pick up any of the spreadsheets, initial four pages are completely booked by something which is very national and is not going to even affect me sitting in my city, but still I want to know it because it's a current affair topic.
Yeah.
But what tabloid, maybe, what Pune Mirror does is it talks about the city, which is going to impact me directly.
Correct.
So that merit, comes with, any hyper local.
Correct.
Samastipur में अगर कोई कांड हुआ है तो, somebody, a small tabloid is going to pick up that story, do investigative journalism on that, go take FIR, take courts, both the parties, everything. Once it's TRP worthy,
Yeah.
any national channel will pick it up. They will create huge noise about it,
Correct.
and it's their business.
Yeah.
They will do what they want.
That's true.
But I want to capitalize on this, when I can actually put up these stories. These stories can be consumed by anyone across the globe or maybe across the country.
Correct.
These are the things which is happening in this particular city. It can happen in my city as well.
Correct. And we are the ones who are the bridge between the world and, the reader and the world.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because something which is happening in one city can happen in another city as well.
Yeah. True.
So
Very
what if by reading a news piece, if we are aware of things which are वहाँ पे हुआ यहाँ पे भी हो सकता है, तो
Correct.
and that's how we are going digital first, because we have a liberty to carry those stories.
Correct.
We are not bound to carry those top 5 national stories. No, it's not necessary. There are a lot of newspapers who are doing it. We can put up a lot of opinions. We can put up a lot of content which can bring change in people's lives because we have that liberty.
True.
Only thing is, because the circulation is geographically bound, we are going digital, and we just want that entire globe can consume this content, which is relevant for them.
Akash, maybe we could quickly wrap this up. So
Sure.
I have a couple of questions more. We talk about digital first today. We talk about push notification. We talk about taking this to the next level. When you talk about next level news, what kind of news are you envisioning on your screen? Are you talking about sensational news? Are you talking about hard-hitting news? Are you talking about entertainment?
See, it's completely depending on the choice that a person is interested in. So now a lot of technology has come in place wherein, this content recommendation engine will only throw those news which he is prone to. Somebody is sports heavy,
The algorithm, yeah.
तो फिर वो स्पोर्ट्स ही पड़ेगा. अगर कोई क्राइम वाला है तो क्राइम ही पड़ेगा. So a lot of segmentation has come in place.
So you think Pune Mirror is going to lose its original charm of giving you hard-hitting stories?
Not at all.
We're not going to stop that.
Not at all. That is going to be my bread and butter. I always said that. It's not that, मतलब, I'm just changing the dress. मतलब मैं सिर्फ अपना तरीका बदल रहा हूँ, तेवर नहीं.
We still the newspaper to be
हाँ,
worried
मतलब
about.
वही कह रहा हूँ, तरीका बदल रहा हूँ, तेवर नहीं. तेवर तो वही रहेंगे. But yeah, so no, we have to be in the. It's not that the race, but we have to do right things.
Correct.
And that's what we are doing. Putting and filling up the gaps,
Correct.
wherever the gaps are.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. It was fun talking to you.
Same here, Kogi.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the new look of Pune Times Mirror and the Civic Mirror. I hope you guys keep watching us, reading us, keep looking at your push notifications for more news from us. Thank you and good night.